Hello. Hello, everybody. Hello. Hi, everybody. We're going to wait a few minutes, give people a chance to come in. Oh, we already have somebody. Hello. How you doing? Thank you for being here. If you haven't already, if you can like and share the stream, see if we can get some more friendly people in here. That'd be appreciated. Um, Hope your day is going well. Hope your week's been going well. Um, we're just gonna wait, as I said, a few minutes, give people a chance to come in. Um, yeah. So, anyways, ah, let's see. Thank you for the like and share. Um, so we're just waiting for some more people to come in, give them a chance to get in here. And as always, of course, feel free to comment on any of the articles we'll be looking at tonight. If you have anything that catches your interest as we go over them. La dee dee da dee da, la dee dee da dee da, la dee dee da dee da. Walking in a town, in a faceless crowd, need to feel the touch of a friend. In the countryside, I wander far and wide. Isolation gets me again. I don't know where to go. Feel just like crying. Oh my. Oh, hey, back up. What's this now? Hey, Mike. Hey, all. I can't make the show tomorrow night. Sorry, I'm going out to see my new grandson. He got home from hospital today. Oh, okay. All right. Well, thanks for at least popping in and letting me know that much. And at least now I got enough time to see if I can. At least now I know I got enough time to see if I can get a co-host, get somebody to fill in for you. Thanks for the day. So, well, you're gonna miss out though, Bat Goat, because tomorrow night we'll be doing DC. We'll be covering DC. The first indication of Superman super hearing is mentioned in one of the stories we're going to be going over. Um, but at least thank you for letting me know that you won't be here. At least now I got enough time to see if I can um, wrangle a co-host. Um, Son had a son. I can't really think of much else left about. Yeah, I understand. I understand. I understand. I'm just, as I said, I'm just glad you let me know this, in enough time here to where I can try to see if I can track down a fill in for you. So at least I'm not going to be panicking tomorrow. um, yeah. So hopefully everything else is going all right for you. So it looks like we got 2 or 3 people in here now. I might just go ahead and start the show a little early here, earlier than usual. And we at least have one other attentive, maybe at the 5 minute mark. Hmm. Alrighty then. All right, so we got 8 articles we're going to go over, all of them from CBR, three comics related, and five anime related, covering some stuff, DC and Marvel upcoming releases for the week, as well as as well as um as well as some Dark Horse Comics news. On the anime side of it, we've got some, got a few things. Let's see, the Pacific Rim season 2 trailer coming out. Let's take a quick peek here. Anime side of it, I know we got 5 anime related articles to go over tonight. So let's see. So we've got some Yashahime news. Um, a little bit from Netflix. Spirited Away's live onstage adaptation has some gorgeous new photos they want to show us. Um, most of let's see, some Kimi ni Todoki, um, kind of a profile article, and again, a new trailer for Pacific Rim: The Black Season for its season 2. So that's those are the articles we're going to probably be going over tonight. Thank you. Okay. Thanks. I'll bring pics next week. Big healthy kid, 8 pounds. Sweet. Sweet news back up. Alright. So anyways. Alrighty then. So let's see. Without any further ado, why don't we go ahead and get started with the articles then? Get into this niche newscast as we always do. And again, I thank you guys for the likes and shares as we get more and more people in here, hopefully. Um, Hang it up. All right. So, Batman Beyond's new title leads next week's DC releases. In Batman Beyond Neo Year, Terry McGinnis is wanted for Bruce Wayne's murder, though his latest debacle isn't the only story hitting shelves soon. Article by um, Sean Gribben, published 7 hours ago. Batman Beyond returns to DC Comics next week. Bruce Wayne is dead. Batman Beyond Neo Year picks up after the events of Batman Urban Legends number 7, where Terry McGinnis' mentor died after a superintelligence digitally wormed its way into Bruce's pacemaker. The Bat computer and all of Neo Gotham's online infrastructure. Now, after blowing up the Batcave in Wayne Manor, Terry is fighting against the city itself, who, quote, will do everything in its power to destroy Terry, unquote. Now, this is the comic based on the Batman Beyond canon that was established with the DCAU's Batman Beyond shi- tel- uh, cartoon series back in the late '90s, early 2000s. According to solicitations, according to solicitations, the new title kicks off alongside other releases hitting comic shop shelves and digital platforms on Tuesday. Keeping with the Bat theme, the CW's tie-in series to the Arrowverse begins with Earth Prime #1, Batwoman. The title will last for 6 issues total, with the first focusing on actor Javicia Leslie's Ryan Wilder, who has served as the Arrowverse's main Cape Crusader since season 2 of the Batwoman show. Luke Fox actor Camrus Johnson and Batwoman screenwriters Natalie Abrams and Kelly Larson will pen the premiere issue, with artists Clayton Henry and Kim Jacinto contributing to interior and cover art respectively. Well, considering how they how their show did on TV, you got to wonder if the comic's going to do much better. Uh, the Batwoman series, after a while, didn't start to fare too well. So, other notable mentions for next week's releases include Wonder Woman Historia, the Amazon's #2, and the penultimate issues for One Star Squadron, Suicide Squad, and World of Krypton. Also, Batman #122 will not only serve as the second part in the quote unquote Shadow War event, but will reveal the very first fight between Batman and Deathstroke. The full list of releases can be found alphabetically below, covers and solicitations included. Here we go with these. Batman #122, Shadow War Part 2, written by Joshua Williamson, art and cover by Howard Porter. All right. 4.99 US, 40 pages, variant 5.99 US cardstock, on sale April 5th, 2022. Ra's al Ghul is dead, and Talia is out for revenge. Batman is on the case to find Deathstroke before Talia's elite killers do. But Batman starts to piece together that not everything is what it seems in Ra's death, and knows whom he must interrogate to get answers. Talia herself. Can the two former lovers ever work together again? Plus, a backup tale showing the secret first fight between Batman and Deathstroke. Now, of course, mind you, Talia was one of Batman, Bruce Wayne's love interest at the comics. Of course, they did sire Damian Wayne, who I think is the current Robin. And here's Batman Beyond, and beyond the. Guys are saying anything more about it? Toys, if you host tomorrow night, crack a brew for me. Night co-host. Ah. Batman Beyond, Neo Year #1, written by Colin Kelly and Jackson Lansing, art and cover by Max Dunbar. Let's see, $3.99 US, 32 pages, one of 6. Variant $4.99 US cardstock, on sale April 5th, 2022. Neo Gotham is alive and has killed Bruce Wayne. It's rejected Terry McGinnis as Batman and offered him the chance to escape. Terry turned it down. He is the city's protector, and he will uphold the legacy of Batman. Now, Neo Gotham will do everything in its power to destroy Terry, including creating brand new villains to fight him. Terry's first year without Bruce Wayne begins. Does he have a fighting chance? From the Rising Star creative team of Colin Kelly and Jackson Lansing, King the Conqueror, and Max Dunbar, Batman Urban Legends, um, and Robin, a new future for Batman Beyond has begun. There's the Riddler, so we got another Batman story here. Of course, what we've been finding out lately is there's been a lot of Batman titles coming out, maybe oversaturating it a bit. That's Catwoman, I believe. All right, so let's see. Batman Killing Time, #2, written by Tom King, art and cover by David Marquez. 4.99 US, 40 pages, 2 of 6. Variant 5.99 US cardstock on sale April 5th, 2022. Epic continues and blood will spill. Catwoman and the Riddler have pulled off the perfect crime and are in possession of the most valuable object in the DCU. But how long can they hold on to it? With not only Batman on their tail, but also a terrifying new villain known simply as the Help. Here's a Batwoman. I guess this is the Batwoman title they were talking. Earth Prime #1, Batwoman, written by Natalie Abrams, Kelly Larson, and Camrus Johnson. Art by Clayton Henry. Cover by Kim Jacinto. 5.99 US, 48 pages, 1 of 6, variant 6.99 US cardstock, coming out on April 5th, 2022. Spinning out of the hit CW shows, Earth Prime continues the adventure of your favorite heroes from the small screen. While each issue focuses on a different Arrowverse series, a threat lurks in the background, out to finally bring these heroes to their knees. Ever since the tech that created many of Batman's rogues hit the streets, Ryan Wilder has been running herself ragged, trying to contain the new villains popping up around Gotham City. But when Clayface's mud binds itself to a local high schooler, Batwoman will need help from an unexpected source in order to contain this muddy foe. Also, follow how Luke Fox balances his life as a superhero and a boyfriend. And here's Robin, Batman, and Monkey Man here, apparently. Monkey Prince, #3, written by Gene Long Yong, um, or Jean Luan Yang, um, art and cover by Bernard Chang. And let's see, on 3.99 US, 32 pages, variant 4.99 US cardstock, on sale April 5th, 2022. The bat's out of the bag as Monkey Prince and Pigsy both realize what all the demon spirits around the world are after, eating specific superheroes in order to gain their powers. And this penguin demon has his eyes on Batman. Uh-oh, Monkey Prince. It's bad enough to have to keep hiding your tail when you're Marcus, and how your circlet keeps returning latched onto your body as something else every time um, you try to get rid of it. But now cannibalism is also on the menu. Yow! That's interesting. You got Red Tornado, Plastic Man. You got so this looks like there's a poster of Superman. Topless welcomes you. One Star Squadron, number 5, written by Mark Russell, art and cover by Steve Lieber, $3.99 US, 32 pages, 5 of 6, coming out April 5th, 2022. After an unfortunate accident at Heroes for You headquarters, all the employees are under investigation. For the moment, it all went up in flames. Now, Red Tornado has stepped forward, ready to tell the truth. Um, could one of our heroes actually be a villain in disguise? Let me see if you guys are saying anything. But cool, cool. Suicide Squad number 14, written by Dennis Hopeless, art by Eduardo Pansica, Julio Ferreira, and Dexter Soy. Oh, what a name! Soy, okay. $3.99 US, 32 pages, variant $4.99 US cardstock, coming on sale April 5th, 2022. The war for Earth 3 may be over, but the battle at home is only heating up. As egos clash, bugs ambush, and a big bleep parademon tries to eat his own teammates. An explosive confrontation between Peacemaker and Bloodsport. Um, and Bloodsport will leave you breathless. As Ambush Bug would say, quote, help, I'm trapped in solicit copy, unquote. Okay. Wonder Woman Historia, The Amazons, number 2, written by Kelly Sue DeConnick, the same girl who basically said, if you don't like my politics, don't buy my book. Art and cover by Gene Ha, variant cover by Becky Cloonan. $7.99 US, 72 pages, 203. Coming out April 5th, 2022. Second installment of the jaw-droppingly ambitious history of the Amazons finds their future queen Hippolyta cutting a swath through the world of men, desperate to be reunited with the astonishing women who saved her life, but unfortunately for her, they're hard folk to find. Perhaps it is the will of the goddesses that they cross paths again. But before that moment, Hippolyta will gather to herself a tribe of her very own and find that the hearts of all women do not necessarily burn with a flame as righteous as her own. Something interesting there. World of Krypton, number 5, written by Robert Venditti, art by Michael Avon Oming, cover by Miko Suyon. $3.99 US, 32 pages, 5 of 6, variant $4.99 US cardstock, on sale April 5th, 2022. As Kryptonians suffer the effects of the planet's deterioration, they lose faith in their leaders. But taking to the streets in protest puts them in Zod's crosshairs. With his own people as his enemy, will he curb his brutality? Meanwhile, Jor-El is distracted by matters of a more personal nature. All of these issues go on sale April 5th from DC Comics. There we go with that one. Uh, moving on to we have the next article set up. Let's see if you guys have anything more you want to say about this. Let's see. I guess not. Huh. Do you have anything to say about the article? Hmm. All right. Let's see. Right. So let's go ahead and move on to the next article then. Let me see. What time is it here? 27 minutes. Okay. All right. So a new X-Men team fights for Mars in Marvel's upcoming releases. X-Men Red introduces a new X-Men team to defend Arakko, the terraformed planet Mars, now home to mutant kind and ruled over by Storm. Article by Sean Gribben, published 6 hours ago. A new X-Men team assembles for Mars in Marvel Comics next week. In 2021, the world was changed. Literally, when mutant kind terraformed Mars and renamed it Arakko, home of the Araki. X-Men member Storm now serves as, quote, regent of Arakko, unquote, and, quote, voice of the solar system, unquote. And X-Men Red will introduce a new superhero team fighting for the planet. Title will feature other fan favorite mutants like Sunspot and Magneto, who writer Al Ewing has teased will make, quote, some momentous decisions, unquote, in the upcoming series. In addition to X-Men Red, the new Marauders ongoing series and X-Force Annual #1 hit shelves, along with many other Marvel titles. While a new X-Men ensemble fights for Arakko, New York City superheroes face off against Kingpin, the Purple Man, and the Thunderbolts in the finale of Devil's Reign. The previous issue of Daredevil, of the Daredevil centric event, left off with New York's heroes having to fight both supervillains and an army of mind controlled citizens. While Kingpin attempted to murder Matt Murdock, though he seemingly killed Matt's brother Mike, Kirsten McDuffie, one of Matt's love interests, witnessed Kingpin's actions, leaving her and all of New York in a precarious position ahead of Devil Reigns #6. Other notable mentions for next Wednesday. So yeah, the fifth fifth is a Thursday, I believe. So yeah, the fifth is a Thursday. Um, in fact, the fifth, which is when DC all of DC titles are coming out, is next week or 1 week from today. In fact, this is coming out on when through the debut of Spider Punk and the final issue of The Thing, which releases alongside Ben Grimm's Fight to the Death with Mr. Fantastic and Fantastic Four number 42. Also, the Deadpool Black Blood graphic novel begins releasing as a serialized comic series. A full list of new issues coming out can be found alphabetically below, covers and solicitations included. Oh, here we go. Let's take a look at this. Whoa, look at it. Whoa, look at that. That's a bit of a gash. Black Widow, number 15, Kelly Thompson writer, Elena Casagrande artist. Cover by Adam Hughes. The bloody conclusion to, quote, die by the blade, quote, guns, explosives, widow's bites, good old fashioned hand to hand. Natasha Romanoff is an expert in just about every form of combat known to humankind. And it's not enough. The living blade will not let his quarry escape this time. San Francisco's Golden Gate slams shut for the super spy as Kelly Thompson and Elena Casagrande deliver another stunning visual feast in their Eisner winning epic. 32 pages, rated T plus, $3.99. Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel annual number one. Toran Groenbeck, writer. Carlos Gomez, artist. Cover by Lee Garrett. Captain Marvel behind bars. Carol has gotten herself into an intergalactic scale of trouble with the Krasky military, and now she's locked up in their city like prison with the Starjammers. Um, will they be able to blast their way out, or will they be lost to the authoritarian labyrinth of Krasky law? 40 pages, one shot, rated T plus, $4.99. Deadpool Bad Blood. Deadpool, who I believe is Marvel's answer to Deathstroke. Deadpool Bad Blood number one. Rob Liefeld, Chris Sims, and Chad Bowers writers. Rob Liefeld did the art and the cover. Deadpool Smash Hit, first ever original graphic novel, now serialized in comics form. Wade Wilson has been shooting, stabbing, and otherwise annoying people for a long time. From what I understand, he's one of Wolverine's arch enemies too, aside from like Sabretooth and a few others. He's made a lot of enemies, but one he just can't quite place is the brutal Thumper, who keeps showing up out of the blue to pound him into jelly. What is Deadpool's past connection to this beefy face masher? Um, sounds like a beefy face master. Sounds like somebody's thinking of dinner there, don't you think? Sounds like the guy who was probably writing this at a, I don't know, maybe at a restaurant or something like that, maybe a Denny's or something like that. He's having dinner. Uh, Wade has as much of a clue as you do, so he decided to call in some help from an old friend, Domino. Superstar co creator of the Merc with a mouth, Rob Liefeld, tells his greatest Deadpool tale yet. 32 pages, parental advisory, $3.99. Marvel event, Devil's Reign. There's, there's Daredevil versus Kingpin. Devil's Reign, number 6 of 6. Chip Zdarsky, writer, Marco Cicchetto did the art and cover. Let's see. Wilson Fisk's hubris as mayor of New York has cast the city in the waiting arms of a cadre of dangerous and deadly supervillains. Worse still, Fisk's vendetta against the heroes who have stood against him for so long has left the city defenseless. You may think you've heard a tale like this before, but there will be no last minute bargains struck between Fisk and the heroes. No truce to stop the fighting, and no mutual parting of the ways. Just blood, sweat, and tears. Trust us, true believer. You have no idea what's coming or the effect it will have on the Marvel universe. 40 pages, rated T plus, $5.99. Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four number 42. Okay, so anyways, getting back. Okay, so Fantastic Four number 42, Dan Slott writer, Rachel Stott art, cover by Kafu. Quote, quote unquote, brother against brother. One of the most pivotal planets in the Marvel Universe faces imminent destruction. Jennifer Walters, a sensational She Hulk, um, finally learns her part in the chaos. And in the middle of all of this carnage, two lifelong friends will have a battle to the death. Prepare yourself for The Thing versus Mr. Fantastic. 32 pages, rated T plus, $3.99. And we have the Marauders title. Marauders number 1. Steve Orlando, writer. Um, El, um, Eleonora Carlini, art with Kale Goo as doing the cover. Right. New team, new villains, new mysteries. Captain Pride and the Marauders are rededicating themselves to rescuing mutants, wherever they may be, and no matter how dangerous the odds against them are. But Captain Pride's crew is not yet complete. Against her better judgment, Pride comes face to face with the final Marauder, Cassandra Nova, one of the most infamous villains in mutant history. Might One of the most infamous villains in mutant history might be the Marauders' only chance to unravel a mystery stretching 2 billion years into the past. 40 pages, rated T plus, $4.99. Moon Knight. Moon Knight number 10, written by Jed McKay, Alessandro Capuccio did the art, cover by Corey Smith. An assassin infiltrates the Midnight Mission, while another hidden enemy strikes at Moon Knight, where he is most vulnerable. Attacked on two fronts, the Fist of Khonshu is put on the back foot, but that's where he's most dangerous. 32 pages, rated T plus, $3.99. She-Hulk. Yeah, She-Hulk. Look at that. Look at that big green beauty right there. She-Hulk, number 3. Rainbow Rowell did the writing. Roger Antonio did the art. Jen Bartel did the cover. Jack of Hearts is back, and it's up to She-Hulk to help him figure out why. But Jack may be the key to figuring out something that has been chasing her since 1989. In the meantime, a smashing return, guest stars, and the funniest, sexiest book on the stands. Wow, Marvel putting out a funny, sexy book when you have all these other woke writers. Hmm, that sounds interesting. Maybe somebody at Marvel is realizing, hey, if we want to stay ahead of DC and we don't want to be a dead company, maybe we want to stop doing woke BS. 32 pages, rated T plus, $3.99. Spider Punk. Spider Punk. Spider Punk. Friendly neighborhood Spider Punk. Spider Punk, number 1 of 5. Cody Ziegler, writer. Justin Mason, art. Cover by Olivier Coipel. Hobie Brown is the anarchic Spider Punk, set to protect Earth 138 with his axe in hand and his chaotic brand of punk rockin' heroes backing him. Spider Punk gets his own series. Now, mind you, the Hobie Brown I remember was from the 90s Spider-Man cartoon, who went out as the Prowler. That's who I remember Hobie Brown as. Guess they made him into Spider-Man. Norman Osborn is dead, but will the chaos he's created be too much for Spider-Punk and gang to handle? Feel the vibes as Cody Ziegler, Amazing Spider-Man, and Justin Mason bring you the jams quote quote unquote banned in DC begins here. 32 pages, rated T, $3.99. Star Wars Bounty Hunters. Star Wars Bounty Hunters number 22. Ethan Sachs, writer. Paolo Villanelli, art. Cover by Giuseppe Camuncoli. All out war on the streets of Corellia. Besieged by the entire syndicate of killers, Tonga, Bosk, Tasu, Leech, Zukas, Forlom, and Lasha have no choice but to fight their way out through the streets. But will all the crew make it out of Coronet City alive? Meanwhile, Dengar strikes, and the underworld may never be the same. 32 pages, rated T, $3.99. Strange. Strange, number 2. Jed McKay writer, Marcelo Ferreira, art, cover by Bjorn Barons. Clea comes face to face with the mysterious Harvest Man as they both face off against an undead foe. Though, just as Clea begins to uncover ways to bring Stephen Strange back, another attack upon the magical realm is at hand. But Clea is not just any sorcerer supreme, she is a warlord, and this second attack will not stand under her rule. 32 pages, rated T plus, $3.99. The Thing. The Thing, number 6 of 6. Walter Mosley, writer. Tom Riley, artist cover. Marvel Universe goes out with a bang. It all comes down to this: the secret power behind Mott is revealed at last, but with it comes a very personal threat to Ben Grimm. Can the Thing battle his way past the one foe that waits for all of us and snatch victory from the jaws of defeat? And in order to do so, will it mean working hand in glove with Doctor Doom? 32 pages, rated T plus, $3.99. X Force. X Force number 27. Benjamin Percy, writer, Robert Gill, art, cover by Joshua Cassara. Enter Cerebrax, an all new jumping on point as Destiny of X begins. A Wolverine As Wolverine returns to Krakoa, the mind melding threat of Cerebrax grips the island via a security flaw that X Force will have to defend against. But where does it come from? And what does it want with Forge? 32 pages, parental advisory, $3.99. X Force Annual number 1. Nadia Shamas is the writer. Rafael Pimentel is on the art. Cover by Torrin Clark. Mission for Mutant Kind. X Force operatives on the fringes of Krakoan society undertaking the covert ops and the dirty jobs the X-Men can't handle. So who better a target for enemies of mutant kind? Orcus makes their deadly move as Wolverine, Domino, and Kid Omega are lured into a death trap designed to alter the mutant's destiny. The next wave of X Force adventures begins, possibly ends here. 40 pages, one shot, parental advisory, $4.99. X Men Red. X Men Red number 1. Al Ewing writer, Stefano Caselli art, cover by Russell Dowderman. Let's see. Who can save the Red Planet? The mutants of Araco spent millennia scarred by war, but on what was once Mars, called Mars, they're learning to live in space, in peace, rather. Storm knows the Red Planet needs something greater than a queen, but Abigail Brand has other plans, along with an unstable Vulcan on her side and Cable keeping his own secrets. Welcome to X Men Red. It's a new world and someone has to fight for it. 40 pages, rated T plus, $4.99. All of these issues go on sale on April 6th, which is next Friday. Let's see, which is Wednesday from Marvel Comics. And getting ready, and I'll give you guys a sec to see if you have anything you'd like to say about what I just read there. Um, yeah. All right, so let's see. Actually, I've got to step away from the computer for a moment, so I'll be right back. But I will put some music on while I'm gone. Um, yeah, be right back. All right, I'm back now. Hope everybody's doing all right. We got three people here. Yay, three people. I've been running. Anyways, so on to the next article here. Um, the Pander brothers take take girlfriend to Paris in bloodthirsty bedtime story exclusive. All right, that sounds like an interesting title, I guess. Dark Horse Comics announces girlfriend or girl fiend. I'm sorry, girl fiend in Paris. A bloodthirsty bedtime story, a new graphic novel from the Pander brothers, set to launch in October. Article by Noah Dominguez, published 7 hours ago. Wow. Pander Brothers, Dissident X, return to the world of Girlfiend with Girlfiend in Paris, a bloodthirsty bedtime story, a new original graphic novel set to launch this October from Dark Horse Comics. Wow. Interesting story for an interesting publisher. Girlfiend in Paris serves as a follow up to the Pander Brothers Girlfiend, which Dark Horse published as a trade paperback back in 2015. The new hardcover OGN is quote written in poetic verse from the vampire heroine Karina's perspective and includes a new girl fiend pinup gallery unquote. With a cover price of $19.99 US dollars, it is slated to arrive in comic shops on Wednesday, October 12th. Well, I guess $19.99 is probably not bad, I guess, for a graphic novel. They're usually bigger in one. And in bookstores on Tuesday, October 25th, so 6 days before Halloween. The fugitive romance continues between Karina, a day walking vampire, and Nick, a nocturnal mortal, um, living out their storybook fantasy in Paris by day and hunting down criminals by night to feed Karina's hunger. Nick's moral line continues to be pushed to the limit when Karina discovers her latest prey holds a dark criminal secret. It will put their immortal love pact to the test when they attempt to rescue an innocent girl from a deadly underworld plot. Quote, we wanted to magnify the idea of the protagonist living out their, in smaller quotes, fairy tale fantasy in Paris by depicting the narrative itself in literal fairy tale storybook verse, unquote, said Arnold Pander. Quote, Girlfiend in Paris was born out of the COVID lockdown, unquote, added Jacob Pander. Quote, with both of us working in separate locations. We decided to take a different approach by making the story more intimate in its tone, a Paris romance novella, to reacquaint the readers with these two characters and allow the complexity of their relationship to grow and evolve, unquote. Let's see. Hey, Woody. I was a dark horse once, but the old gray mare, she ain't what she used to be. uh Funny, Woody. If you guys haven't already, if you guys can like and share the stream, that'd be appreciated. See if we can get some more friendly people in here. Let's see. Described as a quote thrilling tale of lust, sacrifice, and rock and roll, unquote. The original Girl Fiend graphic novel is a vampire crime drama that follows a human, Nick, in brackets, and his vampire girlfriend, Karina, in brackets, um, quote unquote, who must hunt the criminal underworld to keep their love alive, unquote. Quote, Girl Fiend is a fun, entertaining read with a good, dense plot and a lot of cool stuff packed into it, unquote. Greg Burgess wrote in his official CBR review for the Panda Brothers comic book in 2015, quote, fans of the Panda Brothers should definitely get this, but even if you're not, it's a wild ride that does a good job fitting the vampire mythos into a different kind of story, unquote. Earl Fiend in Paris, a bloodthirsty bedtime story by the Panda Brothers, goes on sale October 12th from Dark Horse Comics. There we go. So, with that, now we're done with the comics related articles. Now we're going to go ahead and move on to the anime related articles. All right, so here we go. Congratulations, Batgoat. I sometimes wonder how many grandchildren I have. Hmm. All right, so, anyways, now getting ready to go on to the. All right, so here we go with the anime articles now. Let me just double check on the time. See, I think we're so good on time, right? We're just over an hour. Yeah, we're just over an hour and going on an hour and 2 minutes. All right. After its satisfying season 2 finale, does Yashahime need a season 3? After a peaceful and satisfying conclusion to Yashahime season 2, many fans are wondering if a season 3 return is necessary or in the works. Article by C.M. Ramsberg, published 13 hours ago. Warning, the following contains spoilers. Oh, okay. Well, never mind. And sorry about that, guys. I didn't think this was going to have spoilers, so you know how I feel about that. Um, the way they wrote that title in there, you wouldn't think there would be spoilers, but all right. So moving on to the next article, then. Sorry about that. All right, Netflix says half of its subscribers use service to watch anime. Um, Netflix's anime slate for 2022 looks bright, with returning fan favorites like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and new series like Kotaro Lives Alone. Article by Jeremy Blum, published 12 hours ago. More than half of Netflix's global users used the streaming service to watch anime in 2021, and the future of Japanese animation premiering on Netflix appears promising. As long as they don't go too woke, anyways, or try to do like what Funimation was trying to do, Nation Sony were trying to do. Quote, anime is one of the cornerstones of our investment in Japan, watched by nearly 90% of our members here last year, unquote. Kohei Obara, Netflix's anime creative director, told Variety. At the same time, interest in anime has grown worldwide, and more than half of our members globally tuned into it last year. From diversifying our slate to bringing back fan favorites, we want to continue growing our members' discovery and love for anime, both in Japan and around the world. With this next chapter of anime on Netflix, unquote. Netflix plans to continue investing in anime and will debut 40 series on the service in 2022. Returning series include episodes 13 to 24 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Stone Ocean, the latest season of the long running fan favorite show featuring Jolene Cujo, her father Jotaro Cujo, that's supposed to be Jotaro, and their powerful stands. Ghost in the Shell, Standalone Complex 2045, Season 2, continuing the adventures of Major Motoko Kusanagi following Season 1's debut in 2020, will also arrive on Netflix in May. Season 1 of Spriggan, the long awaited anime reboot of Hiroshi Takashiga's manga series, which was first adapted into an animated film in 1998, is another major series to debut on the streaming service in June. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of when they reboot, remake classic stuff. New shows on Netflix include Thermae Romae Novae, a series about a Roman architect who time travels to a modern Japanese public bath. Kotaro Lives Alone, the tale of a 4-year-old boy who moves into an apartment next to a manga artist. And The Seven Deadly Sins, Grudge of Edinburgh, a two-part film spinning off of The Seven Deadly Sins, a shonen series focusing on a group of knights in a fantasy version of Britannia. In 2022, Netflix will also serve as the home of several animated series based on other media franchises, some of which will be animated by Japanese studios. Chief among these is Cyberpunk and Edge Runners, um, a series based on the world of CD Projekt Red's Cyberpunk 2077 video game, animated by Studio Trigger, which was founded by ex-Gainax employees responsible for Kill La Kill. The 10-episode series tells the story of a street kid trying to survive in Deadly Night City and was first revealed in 2020. Other upcoming series based on major licenses include Captain Laserhawk, a Blood Dragon remix, which takes place in the same neon soaked 80s aesthetic world of Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, producer Adi Shankar's long awaited adaptation of Devil May Cry and Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell, based on the long running Ubisoft franchise. And there we go with that one. Let's see what we got here. I thought Yashahime was a type of sandwich. No, Woody. Yashahime is kind of a spin-off to Inuyasha. Yashahime is a spin-off to Inuyasha. Um, anyways, all right. So getting ready to move on to the next article here. Here we go. The next one. Spirited Away's live on-stage adaptation debuts gorgeous new photos. The Spirited Away stage play releases new images of the inventive and beautiful show ahead of the premiere in 4 additional Japanese cities. Article by Michael Acerna, published 11 hours ago. Spirited Away stage play released new images. The pictures come as the acclaimed stage adaptation ends its run in Tokyo's Imperial Theater and prepares to debut in 4 additional cities. The stage play, which is an adaptation of Studio Ghibli and director Hayao Miyazaki's Academy Award winning 2001 animated film, was directed by Les Miserables John Caird. The play features 32 performers and uses over 50 puppets to recreate anime's fantastical creatures and spirits. That's interesting. And this does look pretty good. The play will soon go on tour to 4 other Japanese cities on the following dates: April 13th to the 24th, 2022, at the Umeda Art Theater in Osaka, May 1st to the 28th, 2022, at Hakataza Theater in Fukuoka, June 6th to the 12th, 2022, at Sapporo Cultural Arts Theater Hitaru in Sapporo, June 22nd to July 4th, 2022, at the Misonoza Theater in Nagoya. The theatrical adaptation stars Kana Hashimoto and Monet Kamishiraishi, who both play Chihiro, a young girl who finds herself trapped in the spirit world after stumbling into an abandoned theme park. Mari Natsuki, who voiced the witch Yubaba in the film, reprises the role for the stage play, where she is double cast alongside Romy Park, who anime fans may recognize as the voice of Edward Elric in Full Metal Alchemist, various anime adaptations. Of course, that's the Japanese voice, as we all know. Not to be confused with Vic Mignogna, who is her English counterpart there. Koharu Sugawara and Tomohiko Sugimoto portray the enigmatic spirit No Face. Though, when the character goes berserk, it is actually represented with over 12 performances to creatively recreate the massive creature's size and undulating form. All right. All right, I got to go off camera here for a quick moment. I'll be right back. Hey, Max. Thanks for stopping in. If you can like and share the stream, see if we can get some more friendly people in here, that'd be appreciated. Anyways, I got to go off camera here for a moment. I'll be right back. So. Absolutely. No, no, here we go. As we're continuing on. No. Yeah, I went over some of the DC and Marvel releases coming out next week. Max, if you want to, want to rewatch the stream later to get that information. Anyways, we're on to our anime portion of the show. So the play is being released as part of the celebration surrounding the 90th anniversary of the founding of Toho Company Limited, one of Japan's largest entertainment conglomerates. 90 years. So let's see. That means 1932. While the company is best known internationally as the movie studio behind the Godzilla franchise, it is involved in a wide variety of projects throughout the entertainment industry in Japan, from operating a chain of theaters to distributing anime, such as the blockbuster hit movie Jujutsu Kaisen Zero. Toho distributed Spirited Away during its original theatrical run in 2001. The original Spirited Away is now widely regarded as one of the best films in Studio Ghibli's acclaimed body of work. The movie earned celebrated writer and director Hayao Miyazaki his first Academy Award and was the highest grossing anime film of all time for over a decade. Um, Before, it was recently dethroned by 2021's Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba, the movie Mugen Train. An adaptation of the new play for audiences outside of Japan has not been announced. The original movie is available on DVD, Blu ray, and digital home video from Shout Factory. And there we go with that one. Let's see now. 18. All right, so getting ready to move on to the next is the next article we're going to read here. Over a decade on, Kimi ni Todoki is still a masterpiece of romance anime genre. The Kimi ni Todoke aired over 13 years ago, so it's 2009. But it's still considered a beloved shoujo romance anime today. Here's why. Article by Ederlin Peralta, published 10 hours ago. Karuho Shina's Kimi ni Todoke, From Me to You, is a refreshing high school love story between two students, Sawako Kiranuma and Shota Kazahaya. It's a classic shoujo rom-com series that touched the hearts of many anime fans and paved the way for other popular high school-themed romances, such as Say I Love You and Blue Spring Ride. Kimi ni Todoke is iconic for many reasons. The main protagonist, Sawako Kiranuma and Shota Kazahaya, became the poster children for the quote unquote shy girl and the quote unquote boy next door archetypes. But they provide a unique twist to these archetypes. Um, their relationship also showcases the cutesy, innocent side of high school love. And last but not least, the show introduces some important thematic messages about friendship. Kimi ni Todoke's protagonists are us in high school. Sawako Kiranuma is known by audiences for two things: her physical appearance and her feminine personality. Kiranuma's physical appearance pays homage to the popular horror character Sadako in Koji Suzuki's The Ring. Her name is just one letter off from Sadako, and like Sadako, Kiranuma's long black hair covers her entire face, which terrifies Kiranuma's classmates. Kiranuma's appearance and inability to communicate um, have led to many misunderstandings and social isolation from her classmates. However, with the help of Kazuhaya, Kiranuma soon makes friends and slowly comes out of her shell. Man, it sounds kind of similar to Comey Can't Communicate, I think. Um, anyway, Kiranuma's friends, Ayane Yano and Chizuru Yoshida, discover that Kiranuma is kind hearted but shy. It takes time for Kiranuma to speak her mind. Throughout the series, Kiranuma learns to be comfortable in her own shoes, and her friends are there to support her. Kiranuma, Kironuma's docile persona is reminiscent of traditional gender norms for women in Japanese society. A woman should be feminine, meek, and dutiful. However, to break those gender norms, female protagonists in shoujo series undergo an internal transformation where they learn to be assertive and strong. Kiranuma is a prime example of the shy girl trope in anime. She can also be considered the prototype for other docile female protagonists like Mei Tachibana from Say I Love You and Shoko Komi from Komi Can't Communicate, which I mentioned earlier. Yeah, I kind of felt like saw that, you know. Let's see. As we shall continue on here. When this anime was airing, male leads in shoujo series were characterized as handsome, wealthy, intelligent, and athletic. Some examples of these protagonists include Tamaki Suo from Ouran High School Host Club and Takumi Usui from Maid Sama. The male protagonists are glamorized to be an audience's quote unquote ideal type, which unfortunately isn't a realistic standard. However, in Kimi ni Todoke, male protagonist Shota Kazehaya is a more realistic portrayal of the ideal guy that a girl might date in high school. Kazehaya breaks the stereotypical persona of most male leads in shoujo series. Kazehaya is popular, but his popularity isn't because of his wealth or physical looks. Instead, his kindness and optimism make him a likable guy, showcasing that the ideal quote unquote high school crush is someone with a good personality rather than just being rich and good looking. A heartwarming story about high school romance and friendship. The main storyline of Kimi ni Todoke is Kuronuma and Kazuhaya's romantic relationship. They started as friends and soon became lovers. Sounds like a song lyric I heard a few times over the years. The two experience many cliche romantic experiences, such as Valentine's Day. However, their relationship takes a more realistic approach by showcasing how high school students react when seeing their crushes. For instance, Kazuhaya got nervous and jealous when he believed that Kuronuma had a crush on Ryu. In addition, it took a while for Kironuma and Kazehaya to express their feelings for each other because they couldn't overcome their shyness. These jealous moments and love confessions are relatable situations for many high school students. The series shows a realistic portrayal of how high schoolers handle romantic emotions, as opposed to other shoujo series where there's often a rich guy sweeping a girl off her feet in a Cinderella-like scenario. Lastly, Kimi ni Todoke conveys the importance of friendship and being your true, authentic self. In episode 6, Friends, quote unquote, Kiranuma defends Ayane, Yano, and Chizuru Yoshida when a few girls insult them in the bathroom. The scene leads to an altercation where Yano and Yoshida defend and protect Kuronuma. This incident solidifies Yano and Yoshida's friendship with Kuronuma, and their friendship is very heartwarming in general. It's a friendship built on trust and loyalty, which many viewers would want in their own lives. The scene also illustrates to audiences that true friendship is when someone can defend you against insults and criticism made by others. Ano, Yoshida, and Kazahaya also became a support system to help Kuronuma come out of her shell. In the beginning, Kuronuma had trouble communicating her thoughts to others. However, after befriending a few of her peers, Kuronuma is slowly becoming a social butterfly. Through her participation in school events like the sports festival Kimi ni Todoke shows the importance of building strong friendships because it is those relationships that help you discover your most authentic self. Kimi ni Todoke is a timeless romance anime that perfectly encapsulates high school romance. Not only does the series shows the purity of high school romance and friendships, but it also showcases the high school experiences that teenagers must overcome, making it relatable series among wider audiences. So, yeah, sounds like a cool series. I have to watch it someday if I can, if they got a dubbed version of it. And this is going to be the last article we're going to read tonight. See if you guys have anything to say on what we've been reading so far. Hey, yours. I'm out loud. Anyways, all right. So, getting to the last article we're going to read tonight. Um, Pacific Rim: The Black Season 2. Um, Trailer showcases plenty of kaiju and mecha action. A new trailer for Pacific Rim: The Black shows off the second season's Jaeger battles, um, and the conflict with the mysterious Sisterhood of the Kaiju. Article by Michael Cerna, published 7 hours ago. Netflix released a new trailer for the second season of Pacific Rim: The Black. The preview shows off more of the action from the animated series' final season, including a battle between the series' kaiju human hybrid and another massive interdimensional monster, and more fights involving the show's main Jaeger, the Atlas Destroyer. The trailer also details Haley and Taylor's clashes with the Sisterhood of the Kaiju, a bizarre cult that worships the kaiju. The new season of the show is set to premiere as a Netflix exclusive on April 19th. April 19th, which should be what? Would be 2 weeks from this Tuesday. So about 2 weeks, so about 2.5 weeks away. The second season sees American Vandals Callum Worthy and The Walking Dead, the final season's Gideon Adlon, reprise their roles as the sibling pilots of the Atlas destroyer, Taylor and Haley Travis. The show also features the talents of veteran voice actors Erica Lineback, um, whom video game fans may recognize from her roles in Mortal Kombat 11 and Insomniac's Spider-Man, and Benjamin Diskin, who portrayed Haida in the English dub of Agretsuko, played multiple roles in Naruto Shippuden, most notably, of course, Sai, played the role of Sai. He's also known as the voices of number one and number two in Codename Kids Next Door. Netflix's official synopsis summarizes the series as in the epic series conclusion of Pacific Rim The Black, Season 2, parentheses, the journey is far from over. Our brave siblings, Taylor and Haley, still hope to reach the safety of Sydney aboard Atlas Destroyer, the scaled down training Jaeger left behind when Australia was evacuated, with teenage assassin May and the mysterious human kaiju hybrid boy joining Taylor and Haley. This makeshift family must cross a dangerous territory controlled by the bloodthirsty cult Sisters of the Kaiju. These zealots, led by the enigmatic High Priestess, are convinced that Boy is their long awaited Messiah and will stop at nothing to indoctrinate him into their dark circle, something Haley would sacrifice everything to protect. Pacific Rim the Black debuted in 2021 and was created by Marvel Comics' Craig Kyle, Thor Ragnarok, and Greg Johnson, X-Men Evolution. The series is a spin-off of Guillermo del Toro's cult classic Pacific Rim movies, which focus on humanity's attempt to stop an invasion of alien colonists who are trying to rid the planet of its current residents by sending over massive city destroying monsters known as kaiju. In order to battle these beasts, humanity builds titans of their own in the form of the Jaegers, towering humanoid robots that require the brain power of two perfectly synced pilots in order to move and fight. In case this series wasn't enough to satiate viewers' appetites for giant monster brawls, Netflix is also preparing a second season of the popular Ultraman anime. The show, which serves as a direct sequel to the classic 1966 live action uh, tokusatsu series, um, will premiere its 6 episode second season on April 14th. There we go with that. And that's going to be on a Saturday. So, anyway, so that's all of the articles we're going to go over tonight. Let's see. Well, just to go over some quick wrestling news. So, AEW's Dynamite last night, among the highlights included Andrade El Idolio defeating Darby Allin in the singles match, and then him and his faction, the Andrade family offices, trying to go like 4-on-1, 6-on-1 against Sting, who was in there defending Darby Allin, his partner there, before the Hardys came in and busted that up. And Tony Storm made her AEW debut last night, defeating Bunny in a qualifying match for the Owen Hart Foundation tournament set to begin in May. So those are a couple of the big highlights from last night's Dynamite. So let's see. Unless you guys have anything more to say, Toys, Woody, I'll probably be contacting one, if not both of you, soon here. Woody may not have seen it earlier. Batgoat mentioned to me that he was not going to be here tomorrow night, so I'll be looking for a co-host. I might be messaging you about that. Well, wait and see. Anyways, guys, and unless you guys have anything else you'd like to talk about, I think it might be a good time to wind down as we're already at the coming up on an hour 37. Waiting to see if you guys have anything want to add to the conversation, say anything about what read thus far. Let's see. Okay, well, with that, then I guess I will go ahead and start winding down here. As always, it's a good time for with today being Thursday, March the 31st, the last day of March here. Let's take a look back at this day in Nietzsche history. History! Anyways, and the first stop we are going to go to, head back 40 years ago today, as on this date 40 years ago today in 1982, Atari Force Number One, which was a promotional comic that DC did, was released on the newsstands on this day. Of course, it was 48 pages. It was a promotional title, so it was actually free from the looks of it. Story was Intruder Alert, written by Jerry Conway and Roy Thomas, penciled by Ross Andrew. Dick Giordino and Mike DiCarlo did the inking. Lettering was done by John Costanza, and Adrian Roy did the coloring. So on this date, back in 1982, Atari Force Number One was released on the newsstands on this date. So, anyways, all right. So moving on to the next piece of Nietzsche history. So on this date in 2002, the Simpsons episode Blame It on Lisa premiered on this date back in 2002, 20 years ago. Saw basically the Simpson family going to Brazil and causing some controversy by imitating a mingle dancer by the name of Jusha Mingeri, I believe. So on this date, 20 years ago today, the Simpsons episode "Blame It on Lisa" um, premiered on Fox 20 years ago today. Anyways, moving on to the next piece in each history. So we head to 2007, which was 15 years ago today. Ring of Honor held its Supercard of Honor 2 event in Detroit, Michigan. Held it, in Detroit, Michigan. Supercard of Honor event. In that event, the main event saw Asima, Shingo, and Susumu Yokosuka defeat Dragon Kid, Ryo Saito, and Masaki Mochizuki. Roderick Strong defeated Austin Aries to retain the FIP World Heavyweight Championship. Jimmy Jacobs defeated BJ Whitmer in a steel cage match. Nigel McGuinness defeated Chris Hero. Homicide and Colt Cabana. Homicide, the current NWA World Junior Heavyweight Champion, and Colt Cabana defeated Adam Pearce and Brent Albright with Jim Cornette in their corner. After the Homicide Brent Albright match ended in a no contest. Jay Briscoe and Delirious defeated Christopher Daniels and Matt Sydal in the opening match. Claudio Castagnoli, who most people would know today as former WWE star Cesaro, defeated Yamato on the show. You also had Jack Evans and Naruki Doi defeating the No Remorse Corps of Davey Richards and Rocky Romero. So on this date, 15 years ago today, the Supercard of Honor event was held in Detroit, Michigan by Ring of Honor. Night peeps going to bed. Toys. I was gonna try to message you after the show. Hopefully you'll still be up when I finish. Because wanted to see if you wanted to do the co-hosting tomorrow night. So, anyways. Anyway, so we got one more piece of niche history to get through before we finish up. On this date, 5 years ago today, in 2017, the anime saga of Tanya the Evil completed its run on Japanese TV on this date 5 years ago today. So 5 years ago today, the anime, NJT's the saga of Tanya the Evil finished its run. And I thank everybody for being here tonight. Now tomorrow night is our historical comic retrospect, and I'm gonna be. And I found out earlier that Backo was not gonna make it, so I'm gonna be probably contacting some of you guys pretty soon here, see if somebody wants to fill in for him as co-host. So I hope to see everybody back here tomorrow. Bye.